gorgeous Sunday afternoon in northern New Jersey as the 2-2 Giants play host to the 2-2 Falcons. Glad to have you along, and we welcome you inside the booth. 9-time Pro Bowl safety John Lynch, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. So, John, here are the Giants. We were here 3 weeks ago, and things weren't completely in sync. A brand new offense, and they said it would take some time. Well, you know what? They look like they're in sync right now.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Eli Manning, it starts with him. He's playing confident football. He's doing exactly what Tom Coughlin wanted when he made a change at offensive coordinator this offseason. He's getting rid of the football. He's not getting hit. That's cutting down the turnovers. On the flip side, on defense, they're taking away 9 takeaways in the last 2 weeks.
Meanwhile, for the Falcons coming into the year, we thought they would be electric on offense and have a tough time on defense. And you know what? They're #1 in the league on offense, and they are having a tough time on defense, 31st in the league.
Well, last week on defense against the Minnesota Vikings, a rookie quarterback, mind you, and Teddy Bridgewater, it was about as bad as you've seen.
No.
But Tom Coughlin and the Giants know they're going to get the best effort out of this group. Remember, 3 offensive linemen missing on that #1 ranked offense. If they can protect Matt Ryan, there is weapons galore. Julio Jones, Roddy White, watch out.
And the Giants have gotten a pass rush of late, so that is going to be something to watch. Just can't get a better day, really can't. Temperature at 55, it has been warming up ever since the early morning. And the wind, not too much of a factor. Playing outdoors, though, is a factor. The Falcons haven't won a game outside of a dome since 2012, 9 in a row if you include a playoff game. Giants have won the toss, and they will receive, and it is the homecoming for O.C. Umenyiora, who played here for 9 years.
And O.C. Umenyiora, we talked to him yesterday. I asked him if he felt those nerves. I've been in that position going back to your old club. He said, early in the week, I didn't think it would be there. I'm pretty nervous, and he looks like it. He's going to be excited and look for O.C. to play well.
Quentin Demps, who is now the Giants' starting free safety, is back to receive the opening kickoff. Big news for the Giants today is that man, Odell Beckham Jr., making his debut. He was a first-round draft pick and barely practiced the entire offseason because of hamstring issues, but he is in there for Eli Manning today.
And I love Coach Coughlin's line. I asked him, Coach, are you going to have him on a pitch count? And he said, well, for the medical people, we have to have a pitch count, but sometimes I'm not very good at counting. I might forget that pitch count.
I have a feeling, John, if he comes out and makes a play, he won't be coming out of this game. Matt Bosher will kick it off. He's the Falcons punter from East Rutherford, New Jersey. And here we go. Demps thinking about it, going to take it out. Demps, and he's cut down at the 17-yard line by Robert McClain. Eli Manning has owned the month of October at home, 17-3, and he's coming off maybe his best back-to-back weeks in the regular season ever.
Well, Kevin, it's been really good. The offensive line has played phenomenal football. You see it right there. It starts with the run game. Early in the season, Eli getting hit. The last 2 games, barely getting hit. It's clicking on all cylinders in New York offensively.
Rashad Jennings is the back. He's 3rd in the NFL in rushing. A lot of people don't know who he is. You're going to know his name real soon. Clock at 1. And they'll get it off and give to Jennings, who on first down is going to have a 3-yard gain. He gets out to the 20.
Kevin, when you look at this Falcons defense, I'd love to say something positive, but there's not a whole lot to say that's positive. They're struggling giving up yards, points, run, pass, you name it. They've struggled with it. With this offense, if they can just hold an offense down and get some turnovers, they'll have a chance to win ball games.
Manning going to throw it a lot of time. Preston Parker has the catch, and that's good for a Giant first down. Parker's been involved with the offense a little more the last 2 weeks, and he's played it well. It's a 9-yard gain.
Well, and he's really played well. I mean, this is the guy who's got in there for Odell Beckham Jr., and he's produced not only as a punt returner, but as a receiver. Eli Manning does not shy away from throwing at him, and he does early.
It's been a while since the Giants have taken one down the field to start a game. They've got a first down to start it here. They roll out Eli, and it's tipped at the line, incomplete, intended for Victor Cruz, who was open out there. It's part of this game that Ben McAdoo's involved. You're not used to seeing Eli move at all, but they've had him on the move a little bit this year.
Well, and it's something he's very adept at. I've always admired his ability to throw on the run. He does it very well. Eli, a much better athlete than people give him credit for being.
That's Larry Donnell, the tight end. He's had a great start, number 84 in motion. Still time, play clock at 5. Falcons showing blitz, blocked up, Manning going deep, and no flags on the play. Good coverage by Trufant on Randall.
It's really interesting. Eli Manning looks at the middle of the field, no one there. He knows he has the one-on-ones outside. You got to wonder, that's what Odell Beckham Jr. can do. He can stretch a defense, he can get up top. You wonder how long they're going to keep him on the sidelines.
There's McAdoo coming over from the Packers after years there. Giants facing a 3rd and 10. They're going to pitch it. Jennings. And Jennings strung out by Bierman initially and had nowhere to go. I kind of thought he might try to throw that ball the way it was looking, but just nowhere to go. And now they'll have to punt it away to Devin Hester. And Tom Coughlin had an interesting strategy facing Hester today, didn't he?
Well, he did. He said, I had 2 notes on the top of my board, my notes for the week. And number 1 was don't punt. Well, they're going to have to on the first series. A nice job by the Atlanta Falcons setting up Devin Hester. As you said, Kevin, the greatest returner of all time.
The Giants have allowed 4 punt return touchdowns the last 4 games. This is a great kick by Weatherford, but it's deep. Hester can return. Hester breaks through. Devin Hester making something happen every single time, and the Falcons with good field position. Out at the 35, it was Weatherford after the 60-yard punt who shoved him out of bounds after the 24-yard return. Falcons get the ball in good position. We are scoreless in the first. New Jersey.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Without a heart, it's just a machine.
Here come the Falcons, their first offensive possession after the Giants got 1 first down and punted away. They got a good punt return from Devin Hester. And now it's Matt Ryan, who's going to give to Steven Jackson. And Jackson, his short gain, is going to pick up a little over 1 on that play. Well, I'll tell you what, this is big news. The Falcons are playing with 3 new offensive linemen. Baker got hurt in the preseason. They moved Matthews to the left. Paulie, their center, injured last week. Kahn's in there. Karimi goes to right guard for Holmes, who's hurt. Gunn in for Blaylock, who started every game since 08. Got it?
That's a mouthful.
Good. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Bottom line is 3 new offensive line starters today. It's a big deal. We'll watch it. Devontae Freeman in the game lines up as a wide receiver to the bottom of the screen. Ryan looking the other way, though, and he's got a completion. Nope, incomplete pass. He was looking for Julio Jones, and we've got a 3rd and 9. Should mention, by the way, on that punt, Steve Weatherford was down. They were looking at him. Keep an eye on that for later.
Jonathan Hankins does a tremendous job of putting inside pressure on Matt Ryan, getting a hand on that football. Julio Jones almost brings it in.
Falcons have Devin Hester in the game. In the right slot, number 17. He's been deadly on these 3rd downs. 3rd and 9. Giants with pressure, and they get it off to Jacquizz Rodgers. Rodgers is tackled well shy of the 1st down marker, though. Good pursuit. Kiwanuka was there to come back and make the play, and Atlanta will punt.
And you got to love this. They get the pressure up the pipe. Matt Ryan, who's been using his athleticism extremely well, but watch Pierre-Paul turn and run to track Jacquizz Rodgers. He's tangled up with Jake Matthews, the left tackle. He's going to turn and redirect. Pierre-Paul ends up making the play. Excellent hustle play by Jason Pierre-Paul. Now
to be Preston Parker. He's had a couple of good punt returns on the year. Ironically, Odell Beckham Jr. is the guy they envision their long term. Osher gets it away. Good high kick, and Parker will call the fair catch, and the Giants will start inside their own 20. We come back, Eli Manning going back to work. Scoreless first quarter in New Jersey.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light. Reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly.
Second possession for the Giants, and this is what Giant fans have been waiting to see. The 12th overall draft pick, Odell Beckham Jr., about to take his first snap as a Giant. Lined up top of your screen, and they're going to hand off here, and it's Jennings with a good hole. And he's all the way out, keeps on going as Jennings. Pushing the pile forward, he's going to gain about 9. John Jerry with a nice block. This Giants run game that's been very effective the last 2 weeks.
It sure has been, and Rashad Jennings has been a huge part. He's a big back. He's 230 pounds, and he does a lot of subtle things like this, like pushing the pile forward. Doesn't look like much. That's 9 yards. Great production from Rashad Jennings, the free agent pickup. 2nd
and 1 with Beckham Jr. at the top of your screen. Manning looking near side, looking for Ruben Randall, but good coverage by Robert Alford. They're all over Randall.
Well, Kevin, we talked, and if it looks like Eli might be forcing the ball to Ruben Randall, it's intentional. We talked to him, and he talked about Randall's personality, being kind of laid back and smooth guy. Eli feels like it's critical to get him involved in the game plan early in the game. He wanted to intentionally throw at him. And Randall making more plays last week. A good sign for the New York Giants.
It's a 3rd and 1. Question was, did the Falcons jump or was he drawn? It was Solei, the nose tackle. Number 96. Ed Hockley, his 23rd year, is our referee today.
Encroachment defense, number 96. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
See Solei right over the football. That drives coaches crazy because the closest guy to the football jumping off sides, but the Mannings, both Peyton and Eli, famous for that hard count. They do it well.
And so that gives the Giants a first down. And we get a whistle. So the Giants going to give it right back.
False start offense, number 67. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
That's Justin Pugh. He's the right tackle. And so it'll be 1st and 15. Tom Coughlin, that's a pretty big deal. 172nd career win, so he's now ahead of Joe Gibbs. 13th all time.
Some good company to be in. Joe Gibbs. Tom Coughlin's done it for a long time and done it well. Really a fun guy to be around and great football coach.
On the fake. Manning going to get it to Jennings at the 30. And Jennings going to get up to the 34. We got our first score of the day. Kurt Menefee in LA has the game break.
All right, Kevin, the Eagles start where they left off last week with special teams touchdowns. Chris Maragos picks up the block punt, takes it 10 yards. They lead it 7-0. 3 games in a row, Philadelphia scored on special teams. Kevin, John, and Pam.
They could ever get the offense going, they'd be something special. Here's Jennings, and another good run for him as getting chunks of yardage. So the Eagles up early in that game. Jennings coming off a game 2 weeks ago where he had 176 yards on a touchdown against the Texans. Comes in 3rd in rushing. Had 55 yards last week, but they also got the rookie Andre Williams involved. The running game has picked up. Giants going to go empty backfield here, though, on a 3rd and 4.
Atlanta's got everyone up, expecting pressure. Eli Manning. Now they've got Warlow, the middle linebacker, back playing free safety.
Now they drop everyone back, and it's blocked up. Manning going to go deep. Wide open is Parker. He fell down. Going to try and get up, stumbling, and he's tackled down at the 20. Preston Parker wide open for a 42-yard gain.
Well, the Atlanta Falcons, Mike Nolan, their defensive coordinator, he's trying to do anything to create some pressure. Problem is, you got a middle linebacker playing free safety. He's not accustomed to it. Eli Manning takes advantage of it. Goes right to Preston Parker down the field. A blown coverage. Eli Manning takes advantage of it.
Could have been 6, but Parker tripped up. Nonetheless, 1st and 10 at the 21. And Jennings with the give. Jennings running hard.
You know, Kevin, Mike Nolan's in a tough position. He really doesn't have a pass rusher. You got Osi Umenyiora, who plays on pass situations, was so good as a Giant late in his career. There's not a guy who's going to win one-on-ones on a consistent basis. He has to dial up scheme to get pressure. Sometimes that's what happens when you rely too much on scheme.
Fake to James, looking for Beckham Jr. Slips, comes back, and makes his first catch in the NFL, and that'll be good for a first down. Think they were waiting for that for a long time here?
They've been waiting for a long time, and I think the Giants have gone about this well. He continued to strain that hamstring. Probably could have gone last week. They held him another week because they wanted him back for good. Kevin, this kid's special. You see him out of practice, and you see that rare ability to stretch the field and then just can pluck the football.
Watch Larry Donnell here, number 84. He's had a great year. 4 touchdowns, and he's Eli Manning's favorite red zone target. He's right there. And he looks his way, batted down nicely. It was batted down by Massaquoi there.
See Massaquoi going to come off the edge, and if you can't get there, get your hands up. We've seen it on both sides. Massaquoi does a great job of getting his hand on the football. It's what you see so much of in this new system. Eli Manning, much like his brother Peyton, doing a lot of the work at the line of scrimmage. They send it a concept, he gets them in the right play.
9th play of the drive. All kinds of time. Manning taking a cake out there on the run. Still looking, nothing's there. And now we get a late flag from the secondary. That's a long time to cover for this Falcons secondary. And the initial indication is on Atlanta. Now, this is too much time for an NFL quarterback.
Defense number 21. Grab the jersey. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. An automatic first down.
Kevin, you just said it. 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, that works. 10 Mississippi, it doesn't work. I played defensive back in this league. You can't cover that long. And I feel sorry for these guys like Trufant, like Alford, these young corners that are highly skilled. This team struggles to get a pass rush, and that's what happens. You don't necessarily get the ball thrown on you down the field every time, but you can't cover that long, so you tend to hold and grab.
Giants going to go I formation on a 1st and goal from the 6. That's Cruz in motion. Fake it to Williams. Manning in trouble on the run, but he's got a man wide open. Randall bobble, incomplete. Oh, that was right there, and Randall couldn't corral it.
See Randall go up. When does he have control of the football?
Nope.
Good call by the officials. All over it. Great position by the officials. Eli Manning had a chance to get rid of that ball quicker. Held on to it. It took Randall right out of bounds.
The throw was a little high as Randall had to elevate. 2nd and goal. They split Donnell over the top of your screen. Manning looking that side. Randall again, but tackle shy. That is a great tackle by Desmond Trufant, who just got the penalty a moment ago.
Well, Desmond Trufant right there. He's playing that picket fence. The picket fence is that end zone. He's reading the eyes of Eli Manning, comes off quickly, makes a good sound tackle in space. Excellent football play by a young player in his 2nd year. Very promising at the corner position for the Atlanta Falcons.
3rd down and goal from the 3. Red zone defense for Atlanta hasn't been their specialty. Manning, all kinds of time coming near side. Touchdown! It goes back to Randall again.
Eli Manning to Randall. This time he gets his feet in. Excellent job by Eli Manning. He looks to his favorite red zone target, Larry Donnell. It wasn't there. He comes back across the field, gets rid of the football. Excellent job by Randall bringing in that ball. That's what you've been seeing. A lot of clean football from Eli Manning and the New York Giants of late.
Good mix on that drive. And the Giants go 11 plays, 83 yards for Ruben Randall, his 2nd touchdown catch of the year. Brown on for the extra point, up and good. With 6:40 to go in quarter number 1. Giants, good start, up 7-0 on Atlanta. It was Manning going to Randall, and it's 7-0.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Chevrolet. Find new roads. By Pizza Hut's Bacon and Cheese Stuffed Crust. And by Target. Expect more, pay less.
It's a crisp fall day in New York City, and the Giants offense looking crisp on that drive. As Ruben Randall with his second touchdown catch of the year, 11 plays, 83 yards. Preston Parker had the big play on the drive, and now it's Devin Hester and his 5 kick return touchdowns in his career. Hester gets a block, but the Giants cover it well, and he's down inside the 20. Spencer Pasinger on the hit. Falcons ball, but it's Eli Manning and the Giants up 7 in the first.
Now you take a look at that last touchdown. Larry Donnell, the favorite target of Eli Manning in the red zone. They triple team him, get a bump on him. Eli Manning, enough time to scan across to the other side of the field. Touchdown, Eli Manning and the New York Giants.
Now the Falcons have it, and they're going to dump it to Steven Jackson over the middle, and Jackson's going to pick up 5 before McClain will knock him down.
Kevin, it's interesting talking to Roddy White, the great receiver for the Atlanta Falcons on the field. What's the deal on the road? You guys are everything clicks at home. On the road, he says it's about our starts. We start slow. 3 and out last week. They get a 3 and out on the first drive this week. They got to start fast with these Atlanta Falcons who have a history of struggling on the road.
And they bring in 73 Ryan Schrader. They've got 6 offensive linemen in there now. And a fake, trying to block it up from Matt Ryan, who's going to go far side for Julio Jones, and he's got it. Knocked out by a roll, but Julio Jones out to the 47. They're going to mark that one. It's a 22-yard gain.
Kevin, you talked about the max protection, bringing an extra offensive lineman. That allows you to get down the field a little bit more. Matt Ryan arcs it over Antrell Roll's head. Perfectly thrown ball. Julio Jones brings it in.
We talked about this whole line banged up for Atlanta with 3 new starters. They were so banged up last week, they had Levine Toilolo playing right tackle. He's a tight end. But that's what happens. You only carry 7 or 8 linemen a game. Steven Jackson bursting through the hole. And he's got a Falcons first down. He picks up 11.
This offensive line's held up all right. And Mike Smith was confident that they would. This is what we've been seeing lately from Steven Jackson. This looks like the Steven Jackson I played against. Toilolo, the key block coming across. And that's what Steven Jackson does. You talk about a big man, 240 pounds. Arm tackles will not do it on Steven Jackson.
Trying to keep him fresh. He's been averaging, 13, 14 carries a game, and he seems energized this year. We can give it to him again. And Jackson to the 40 on a short game. John, it's interesting. This Falcon team, I can't remember a team in recent memory doing. They've got 4 running backs, and they use all 4 pretty effectively.
It's because they think they all bring something to the table, and I agree with them. It's hard to do, but they're a team that has done it and done it well. I think it allows Steven Jackson, who's in his 11th year, to stay fresh at the end of games and stay fresh for the entire year. Now they've got Antone Smith. When you talk about speed, this man has it.
He's got 5 career touchdowns. All 5 have been over 38 yards. He is lightning quick. Ryan over the middle. It's Jones. Can't make the catch, but we get a flag. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie matched up on Julio Jones. I don't know that there's any cornerback that can match up with Jones one-on-one, though.
Illegal hands to the face, defense, number 20. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot and an automatic first down.
This is on the opposite side of the field from Julio Jones, and you saw it right there with that left hand. Prince Amukamara gets those hands to the face, and that's a point of emphasis this year. We've seen a lot of them, and more so to the defensive backs than anybody on the field.
Yeah. So Atlanta has a first down now as they're moving the football. This will be the 5th play of their drive at the Giant 35. They stay with Smith in the backfield. Fake it to him. Ryan rolling, and again it's Julio Jones. And Jones has a Falcon first down. roll on the tackle, but they're getting Jones involved early and looking for him a lot. You know, against the Vikings last week, he had his catches, but he was kind of taken out of the game a little bit early.
And I really like the game plan thus far. You mentioned earlier bringing an extra offensive lineman. This time you move the launch point. You move Matt Ryan out of the pocket, trying to give these new offensive linemen a little confidence by not keeping Matt Ryan in the same spot by varying the looks. Great job by Dirk Cutter, the offensive coordinator.
From the 23, it's Smith. Quick cut up the middle. And then Jenkins going to stop him at the 20 after a gain of 3. We've got a game break. Checking in with Kurt.
All right, watch the ball hit Chicago's Teddy Williams in the back. He was just called up to the practice squad earlier this week, and it's going to cost him because Philly Brown of Carolina scoops it up, takes it 79 yards for a punt return score. The only touchdown of the game at 7-0. Kevin, John, and Pam.
So is anybody going to score a non-special teams touchdown today outside of this game or not?
Best name in the league, by the way, Philly Brown.
It is pretty good. He scores there. 2nd and 7. Fake it to Jackson. Looks at Jones. Comes back the other way. Incomplete. Hester had a little separation, but he couldn't connect with Ryan.
See, Matt Ryan, he's going to look to the left side, but then manipulate the defenders with his eyes and come back to Devin Hester. Puts a nice move on Cromartie, and he wants the illegal contact, not at the end, but right there at about the 5-yard he wanted, and he should have had the illegal contact.
Giants D has been good on 3rd down, 38% allowed. That's 7th in the league as Dirk Cutter, the offensive coordinator for the Falcons, calling the play. And the difference the last 2 games. Falcons have to get to the 14. Blitz picked up. Jones, he's got the first down. It's the Julio Jones show, his 3rd reception.
You've got 3 offensive linemen out. And look at this offensive line standing up and doing a tremendous job. They bring multiple people. They block it up. When you give Matt Ryan and Julio Jones time, they will eat you up. Precision, protection, and precision accuracy by Matt Ryan.
And again, they go jumbo package. They bring in Ryan Schrader here, so they've got 6 offensive linemen. Jackson. It's a block from Toilolo. Steven Jackson is in. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Watch Levine Toilolo. He's the tight end right there. He's going to come all the way across the formation, gets the seal block, and Steven Jackson, another great block from Roddy White. Steven Jackson carries the Giants into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta Falcons.
9-play drive, 80 yards. And Matt Ryan getting some help. Good blocking by this injury-depleted offensive line. Extra point is up, and it is good. Steven Jackson runs it in, his 2nd touchdown of the year. And we are tied 7-0. Falcons, Giants coming back. Annual screening saves lives. Help finish the fight against breast cancer by visiting NFL.com/pink to celebrate the NFL and American Cancer Society's first ever A Crucial Catch Day. It's on October the 25th. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Players have pink towels, pink cleats. Steven Jackson, his 64th career rushing touchdown and a good drive by the Falcons to answer. And we're all tied up at 7 here with 1:57 to go in the first. Parker going to take it out. Parker is leveled and the ball is loose. Falcons say they've got it. Still waiting for the official signal as they uncover bodies here. Falcon football.
Look at Preston Parker coming through that ball a little bit loose. It's Eric Weems who gets that ball out. The right hand of Eric Weems gets the hand on the ball out. Falcons come up with a big special teams play. Great field position for the Atlanta Falcons.
And he's the guy that got it. Eric Weems is a Pro Bowl special teams player, by the way. So that is no fluke. He's done it before. And the Falcons with a huge takeaway, and especially when you consider now the Giants, who have, since the beginning of last year, 52 giveaways. That is the most by far in the NFL. And a big one here as the Falcons will take over on the Giant 21. Jacquizz Rodgers, number 32, in the backfield. Ryan coming near side. He's got catch to Roddy White, who makes the grab. His 700th career reception for White. That's a big number. 43rd player ever to reach 700 receptions for Roddy.
Outstanding player, outstanding competitor. He's a fighter out there, and the numbers are prolific. The connection with Matt Ryan is prolific. Atlanta Falcons very gifted at the wide receiver position.
Rodgers right up the middle, and dropped the fumble. I think Toilolo may have jumped on it. McBride forced the fumble, and the Falcons got it back. Tremaine McBride forced a couple of turnovers last week. He forces this, but Atlanta retains.
This is what the New York Giants have been doing. They've been getting after that football, and watch the tomahawk by Tremaine McBride. But it's Toilolo who comes into the stack and gets that football. Tremendous job by Tremaine McBride, something the Giants have been emphasizing and doing very well.
He had a great week last week. He forced a fumble against Logan Paulson and then recovered. Also picked off a pass. But the Falcons recover here in a 1st and goal. Jackson up the middle, still going, and Steven Jackson running hard behind this offensive line with 3 subs playing today.
And what do? You have 2 guys out, 2 new players in there. Cons, Harlan Gunn, they make the key blocks. And Steven Jackson, you just need a little bit of space for that 240 pounds to get going downhill. And Kevin, you talk about the 4 different backs, and you can see the change of pace they present. Jacquizz Rodgers, little guy, comes in there. Then next thing you know, you've got Steven Jackson, the big guy, in there. I like the package they present.
They've got no wideouts on this play, and they're going to run it to Jackson. And Jackson is stoned. Giants played it well. Mike Patterson got penetration, and that'll take us to the end of the 1st quarter here in New Jersey. Well, the Giants play that one well, but the Falcons knocking on the door after 1 quarter. 7-7 Atlanta and New York. We start the 2nd quarter tied at 7, and the Falcons have a 3rd and goal from the 4. Ryan fakes a pitch, shovel to Smith, and the Giants aren't having it. Well played there. Jaquan Williams snuffed it out, and Atlanta denied. They'll settle for a field goal.
Well, that's excellent defensive football. Devin Hester right here. He's going to draw some attention. Dirk Cutter tries to take advantage. You've got Antone Smith coming on the shovel. But look at the bodies coming. Jaquan Williams, outstanding play, staying at home, doing your job by the New York Giants.
And so now, after the turnover, the Giants hold their ground. And this will be a 20-yard field goal attempt for Matt Bryant. There's 4 or 5 on the year. And Bryant puts his through. So the Falcons take the lead. Weems made the play, the forced fumble and the recovery on the kick. I have the Giants, though. You got to feel good about that. Falcons took over inside their own 20. Hey, tomorrow, MLB postseason on Fox Sports 1 continues. The scene shifting to St. Louis for the NLDS Game 3. Hyunjin Ryu takes them out for the Dodgers against John Lackey and the Cards. NLDS Game 3 tomorrow at 9 Eastern on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
How good is that been, Kevin? Game 1 ends with Trevor Rosenthal throwing 100 miles an hour. Puig up there taking his hacks. Doesn't get any better. Been a lot of close games in the postseason.
It really has. And so the Falcons add a field goal. But the Giants did a good job. They held their ground there, snuffing out 2 plays from in close. And now they'll kick it off and another chance for Parker back deep. This turnovers really has been the defining issue for the Giants the last 2 years, John. Last 2 weeks when they played great, they took it away, they didn't turn it over, right? And you see the story. Both teams now tied atop the lead in the NFL for points off of turnovers. And you get the idea. It's going to define today, too.
And Kevin, here's what happens when you turn the ball over with Tom Coughlin. You're not back there anymore. It's Dips back there, no longer Preston Parker. The ball is so important in this league. You carry the hopes and dreams of the entire team with that football. Tom Coughlin, a big stickler on that.
Given it away more than any other team since the beginning of last year. Here's Dips. And Giants will take over. Let's go down the sidelines with Pam Oliver.
Well, Kevin, we've seen a glimpse of Odell Beckham Jr., but I can tell you from speaking to him last night, he was crazy with emotion. He was nervous, he was anxious, but mostly he was ready to get going with his professional debut. It's not even in the back of his mind, he told me, that he might re-injure that hamstring. He told me that it was not actually a strain, but he had 2 pulled muscles. The months he spent rehabbing, though, he said, were really, really hard. He heard all the talk from teammates and some of the fans who were constantly wondering, is this guy ever going to play? He wants to prove he's worth that first-round pick.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of anticipation. Not in on this play. Victor Cruz is in. Makes the catch for a pickup of about 1. Got to be tough, right? If you're the Giants, you're trying to make sure he's healthy, but I'm sure you're anxious to get him in. He was the 12th overall pick.
There's no doubt about it, but with guys like that, or that explosive, those fast twitch guys, you've got to be very careful because those hamstrings can become a career-long thing, and I think they did the right thing by taking a look at the big picture, making sure he's healthy before they put him back on the field.
Here's Andre Williams, the rookie from Boston College, and Troy Bierman was right there, and Williams is going to lose a couple yards.
And I tell you what you've seen from the Atlanta Falcons. Watch Bierman. This is called setting the edge, extending, bench pressing Pugh, and then getting off and making the play. You did not see that. You saw huge gaps in their run fits last week. Sometimes when you play that bad, it causes everybody to come, maybe simplify things a little bit, and figure out some answers. It looks like Mike Nolan and the Atlanta Falcons have done that thus far.
3rd down and 11. Manning going to hit Parker again. Parker gets a block and then whacked out of bounds by Desmond Southward, the rookie. And he will be short of a first down. And so the Falcons, yeah, they spotted a good yard short. Falcons hold the Giants to a 3-and-out.
This is a nice play by Southward, coming up, putting a hit on Preston Parker, keeping him short of the line to gain, and now Devin Hester. Every time he comes out on the field, you hold your breath because you know something special might happen.
Southward getting some reps because Willie Moore, really their defensive leader, is on the IR designated to return the shoulder injury that he suffered last week. This one near the sideline, and Hester tries to lateral it. He just refuses to go down. It's dangerous. Josh Wilson is a guy that holds on for dear life. Wait a second, I don't want that. Well, the Falcons will take over despite that crazy play. They've got a 10-7 lead in the second quarter.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by the Lincoln Motor Company and the first ever MKC. By Visa Checkout, the easier way to pay online. And by Corona, who invites you to find your beach.
Lady Liberty looking majestic on a perfect fall day in October, and a good football game. 10-7 Falcons, second quarter here at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Matt Ryan will take over. And Ryan's going to set up a screen and set up well to Rodgers, who gets tripped up across the 30. He's out to about the 32. How about this play by Devin Hester?
First of all, he's out of bounds, but playing a little hot potato. But that drove the ear of Mike Smith, who said, all right, I know you're Devin Hester, but let's protect that football, son.
That was like something you'd play on the video game. He just refused to believe that he couldn't have a return there. Sunday. So Lolo in motion. 2nd and 2, Jackson. And Jackson, good collision, but a spin will get him the first down. Steven Jackson off to a good start today. 7 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown.
He's running hard. Kevin, you and I were down there on the field before. I played a lot of football against Steven. I forgot how big he is. We went up and said hello to him, and man, it's a little scary. It's a big boy going downhill.
He is a monstrous human. His shoulders are just huge. And he does look a little bit revitalized this year. Now Ryan over the middle is Julio Jones, and Jones could be near a first. He just might have it. That's the 4th catch today for Jones. It'll put him up over 50 yards.
You know, I could not be more impressed with the plan, with the execution by the Atlanta Falcons. You have 3 starters out at the offensive line. I think Dirk Cutter's doing a tremendous job of rotating personnel, misdirection, screen passes, ball out quick, everything he can to take care of this offensive line.
Jackson again. And Jackson, get a flag coming in. Jackson to the 49. It's a 4-yard run, but that may be coming back.
Holding, offense, number 80. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
Levine Toilolo, who's had an excellent day blocking right there against Robert Ayers. When he tries to escape, when you get outside that framework of the body, they call it feet beat through the referees. They're going to call it every time. Ed Hockley, the one with the big guns, throws the flag.
Giants playing another game without their starting middle linebacker John Beeson today. Here's Devontae Freeman. Gets through 1 tackle. Nice move. Devontae Freeman is to midfield. And he gets to the 49 of the Giants. It's a gain of 14.
Well, Kevin, we've seen all 4 backs now. Devontae Freeman, the last back to get in. Excellent block by Peter Kahns. Doesn't do a whole lot, does enough to get Devontae Freeman a little space. And this is a guy they're very, very high on in Atlanta. There's a reason they play 4, because they all bring something to the table. We've seen it showcased today.
Ryan, gonna throw. Jones! How did he catch that? That is unbelievable. Behind him with one hand, and it's a first down for Atlanta.
Just watch this and enjoy it. Unbelievable catch. Cromartie's thinking he has an interception. Julio Jones says, not so fast. Give me my ball. What a catch by Julio Jones. Left-handed, one-handed.
5 catches for 64 yards, and now it's Devontae Freeman on first down. You see the Falcons using all of these running backs now. They've already used all 4 of their running backs in today's game. Jones said earlier when we had the Falcons this year that he didn't think there's anybody in the league that could cover him one-on-one. He and Roddy White. I can't say I disagree.
A little more swagger to Julio this year. He's always been so humble, still humble, but extremely confident as well. He should be.
On second down, Rodgers over the middle, gets to Jones a little low and behind him. Meanwhile, we've got a game break. Say hello to Joel Klatt.
Hey, Kevin, let's go to Carolina, where Jay Cutler's doing his best Cam Newton impression in Cam's own building. Cutler, 10-yard scramble, first rushing TD since 2011. 14-7 Bears over the Panthers. Back to you, Kevin, John, and Pam.
Hey, wide open, so Cutler took it in. And now the Falcons with a 3rd down and 7. Have to get to the 31. Pressure comes. Ryan unleashes for Jones. Knocked away. Rodgers Cromartie with the good coverage and the play. He was looking for Julio Jones again, but Cromartie was there.
Well, this is why you go and get a Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. You see the length. Watch it come in. A game of inches. Well, that's why you get a corner who's 6'2" and can jump like that. Rodgers-Cromartie, not many corners can match physically with Julio Jones. He's a guy who can.
This is right on the border of Matt Bryant's range, and the wind has not been too much of a factor today, but they're deciding to punt here. He made a 60-yarder in warm-up, so he's got this range, but Mike Smith's going to punt it. Bosher will try and get it inside the 20. Parker will make the catch, and the Giants will take over on their own 18. So the Giants defense with a couple of big holds so far, but it's the Falcons in front by 3. 8:53 to go in the half. Fox tonight is no ordinary night. It's Sunday Fun Day. All new episodes of your favorite comedies, all leading to the season premiere of Mulaney. Starts at 6:30 Central tonight on Fox. Here are the Giants, who have started their possessions at their own 17 3 times and their own 19. So So they haven't had good field position, and it's Falcons 10, Giants 7, 8:53 to go in the first half. Jennings, good lead block, and Jennings with a good-looking run. Rashad Jennings going to motor all the way out to the 35. He's going to pick up 16 and a first.
This is what the Giants have been doing. Watch Hynoski, the fullback. He's going to lead Jennings and make the key block down the field. Jennings doing what he's been doing of late. Getting the ball, getting downhill, getting positive yards for the New York Giants.
Jennings again, and again a big hole on the left side. And Jennings going to mark him out at the 43-yard line there, so he's got a pickup of 8.
Larry Donnell, the tight end, we're going to see him right here. Watch this block. Chips down on Bierman, then gets up to the second level and leads Jennings through there. We've seen him as a receiving target starting to emerge. But to play in this offense, you got to be able to block as well. Larry Donnell doing a great job.
Is that the same exact play 2 times in a row?
They did. Repeat plays when they're working. Keep going to them.
Falcons D led up last week, 241 rushing yards to Minnesota. So you'd figure the Giants have to keep going there. Falcons have done a better job this week so far. Back to the well again. This is Williams. And up the middle doesn't work as well as the left side does. Worlow was there first.
Kevin, you watched the film. You saw it last week. Just gaping holes right up the gut against the Minnesota Vikings. And it wasn't Adrian Peterson running, and it was Matt Asiata. But look at this. A lot tighter. Everybody on their fits. Hageman doing a nice job. Worlow filling. Ishmael coming, finishing it up. This looks like a different defense for the Atlanta Falcons.
3rd down and 1 here. Going to run it to Jennings. He's got it. First down, Giants.
It's Ben McAdoo, the new offensive coordinator, and people forget, coming from Green Bay. Green Bay, a very balanced offense. Even though they had Aaron Rodgers, they believe in running the football. Tom Coughlin always has. He liked Ben McAdoo because he's a guy who would throw the ball quickly but also believed in the run game. Now they're going to spread him out. Odell Beckham back in the game for the New York Giants.
Yeah, McAdoo said that he's very conscious of the run-pass balance, so it's something on his mind all the time. Manning near side, Randall, big catch on the slant. He's got it first. He's all the way down. The ball comes loose, and the Giants recovered it all the way down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 23.
Ruben Randall's come alive last week against the Washington Redskins. You see the ball coming out. Got to protect the football.
He's down. Well, close. I think he's down.
It's close.
Giants have it regardless. I think if they looked at it, he would have been down anyway.
But Randall really starting to emerge for these New York Giants on offense.
Falcons will call their first
timeout. Atlanta. That's their first.
And with that, we will call a timeout as well. Giants on the move, trailing 10-7 in the second.
Today's game is sponsored by The Judge from Warner Brothers Pictures in theaters October 10th.
Well, you saw the timeout. They gave up 588 with 11 last week. Don't try 10, maybe 12, not 10.
Well, they used their first timeout. Giants have a good drive going. 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 35. And they're going to run it again. Jennings trying to finagle his way in there. He's only going to get about a yard. Worlow there first on the tackle. Yeah, I mean, Eli Manning, last week, that start, he was actually 18 of his first 20, and the two incompletions were dropped. That's how hot of a start Manning had last week, and he's just looked better overall. And it's not only him, the receivers in sync. As Beckham Jr. in the game. Top of your screen. Manning, pressure comes late, and he goes down by the former Giant. Umenyiora is loving that. O.C. Umenyiora won 2 Super Bowls, played 9 years here.
And this is something that the Atlanta Falcons have been looking for a long time, a pass rush, and it's O.C. Umenyiora, the former Giant, who had so many sacks as a New York Giant, 75 career sacks. He was looking forward to coming back and playing against his old team. And Osi Umenyiora cashing in.
Having a little fun with the crowd. He was a well-liked guy here, though. And he moves the Giants back into a 3rd and 16 situation. 4-man rush. Got to dump it to Jennings. And he gets drilled before the 30, but what he did is he got the Giants in good field goal range. Worlow made the stop, but it's an 8-yard gain, and now they can try and kick.
A good point, Kevin. The crowd didn't like it, the check down, but it's a smart play, getting Brown in field goal range. The check down, get Rashad Jennings to get positive yardage. Now you got a makeable field goal.
Josh Brown's hit all 4 of his field goal attempts this year. This will be, however, his longest one of the year. A 49-yard try. Diasi, 113 consecutive starts as a long snapper. Weatherford to hold. And Brown has got it. 49-yarder. We're tied up at 10.
Osi Umenyiora reminds the New York fans, this is my house.
Umenyiora just got the sack, and it's a good day for him coming back and seeing the team that he played really well for 9 years. Jerry Reese, the GM, Howard Cross, now a broadcaster, former tight end for the team, and then Chris Snee, who was a terrific guard but just retired this year because of injuries.
Well, Kevin, I've been there, going home, playing against your former team. It's like playing against your little brother. You love him, but you want to beat him.
Here's Hester. He's patiently waiting. Hester slipped through there. And he's going to get out to the 25. Man, he makes something happen every time. Saturday, 2 of the nation's top quarterbacks colliding. It'll be a Pac-12 showdown. Marcus Mariota and the Oregon Ducks look to bounce back. They take on Brett Hundley and the UCLA Bruins. They lost last night, too. Coverage begins at 3. That's only on Fox and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Who didn't lose, by the way, in the top 20?
Unbelievable. Arizona having a great year. Undefeated, taking down Mariota and the Oregon Ducks.
So line today playing without 3 starters who all got hurt last week, and 2 of them went on IR. And they played pretty well. Fake the run, and Ryan going for Jones, who makes the grab right in front of Amukamara, and he's got a first down. Hawley, the center, is out. When you look at Atlanta's line, John, just to give it to you again, I mean, they lose Hawley on the IR with an ACL. Lamar Holmes, the right tackle, on the IR with a foot. And then Justin Blaylock, their really good left guard who started every game since 08, out with a back. 3 replacements in there today as Jackson going to run behind that line, and he's going to get out to the 45. So what do you think? How are they playing so far?
I think they're playing extremely well. Matt Ryan's been clean. He's 12 of 16, hasn't been hit. They're running the football with effectiveness. I think this group has more than answered the call. I think Dirk Cutter, the offensive coordinator, has done a tremendous job giving them some protection, varying the calls, varying the personnel, putting an extra lineman in there. They've been clean.
They're also very balanced. They've had 16 pass plays and 11 rush plays. That's more than they normally run the ball. That's been effective as well. 2nd and 6 on the fake. And Jackson is left open. Steven Jackson gets his way down to the 46-yard line. He's going to pick up 11 on the play.
I think the different dimension in Matt Ryan's game this year, his athleticism. He has been so nifty back in the pocket and out of it. Watch right here. Looks like he may go down. Not so fast. Turns the shoulder real quick. Gets rid of it to Steven Jackson. This guy utilizes his talent around him better than anybody in the league at the quarterback position.
Falcons will let it run down to the 2-minute warning. Good game, 10-10 at MetLife Stadium. 2 minutes to go in the half. Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to iTunes.com/NFL. Kids enjoying today. Who isn't? It's just perfect out. It just feels like fall in the metro area here in northern New Jersey. 2 minutes to go first half. We're tied at 10, and the Falcons on the move with a 1st and 10. And they give it coming near side. It's Hester.
They got Devin Hester. We're going to utilize them in a number of ways, and they have, but an outstanding job by Dimps and the New York Giants defense. Stringing them out, keeping them in front of them. So dangerous is Devin Hester.
Julio Jones has been a big target for Matt Ryan. 6 catches, 78 yards in the first half. Ryan unloads, riding right, hung up in the air and made the grab. And White is taken down to the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 22.
Roddy White, so good with his body. He's got a big body. He knows how to use it. Shields the defender from the ball. Another connection for Roddy White.
Set up a screen. Jones. The Giants played it well. All over that one. Tremaine McBride has been very active today. Amukamara was there on the coverage, and it looks like the Falcons will call their second timeout. And they do just that.
See McBride, Amukamara, just hold them up long enough for the posse to get there. Amukamara does a tremendous job, and McBride comes to finish it off.
10th target for Julio Jones, 7 catches for 80 yards. One thing I've noticed about Atlanta's offense this year, they become very Saints-like in the fact that they get it to a lot of receivers. I mean, it feels like every game they've got 9-10 guys making catches. They've got 6 guys who have caught the ball today, even though Jones has been the factor. And check this out. Matt Ryan, career road games, he hasn't had a winning record, but today having a real good first half. 15 of 19 today, 150 yards. This is 2nd and 8, and Devontae Freeman, the rookie running back, lines up as a wide receiver on the bottom of your screen. 4-man rush going for Freeman, and has the catch down the 10. It's a first down for Atlanta. Prince Amukamara on the coverage. Clock ticking, though. 35 seconds ago. Falcons have 1 timeout left, and they will let the clock run.
Kevin, you mentioned it. Matt Ryan doesn't care who you are. He's got a rookie running back in there. He's equal opportunity. You get open, he'll throw you the football.
Ryan Jones on the slant, and Jones fighting forward, but tackle shy of the goal. And now you've got to call the final timeout. And they will do just that. With 15 seconds to go. While we have a moment, let's check in with Kurt Menefee. See what's coming up on Visa Halftime.
All right, coming up on the Visa Halftime, we'll check in on the Battle of Texas down in Dallas. The Steelers look to rebound against the winless Jags, and the Ravens try to make it 4 in a row as they face the Colts. All that and more when we get back to work on the Visa Halftime.
Kurt, we know you and the fellas are always busy. Bears added another touchdown to Carolina. They're up 21-7 there as the Panthers have really fallen apart after a 2-0 start. Lions are up 14-3 on the Bills. Detroit keeps winning.
Kev, check this out. I thought Matt Ryan was dropping the snap. He's just trying to hide out from the defenders. He gets small back there behind the defender, stands up, pops it to Julio Jones.
Maybe let him think he was going to bite it. Is that what he's trying to do? No timeout for Atlanta on a 2nd and goal from the 2. Ryan going to loft it up for Rodgers. Not close. Incomplete. Still can run a play here on 3rd and goal with 11 seconds to go. But if he gets sacked, the half's going to be over. Now remember, we saw last week, we were in Chicago, Green Bay. So the same exact situation, and the Bears hit Martellus Bennett shy of the end zone. They came away with nothing.
And the mistake that Jay Cutler made was that he threw it to him in the field of play. This ball needs to go to the end zone or out of bounds. Matt Ryan is a guy they trust to make the right decision.
Ryan looking in a traffic incomplete. Amukamara all over Roddy White. And the Falcons will settle for a field goal. So the Giants D has held a couple times in the face of their own end zone.
Really nice play by Amukamara. Matt Ryan tries to fit it into Roddy White. Jameel McClain comes to give him some help. That's good defense by Amukamara and McClain.
2nd time today the Giants have held Atlanta out on a goal-to-go situation, and so Matt Bryant will come on and attempt a 20-yard field goal. He already got one 20-yard field goal today, and he's got 2. And the Falcons, barring a miracle, will take a 13-10 lead into the break. 3 seconds to go, so they'll have to kick it off. So coming into this game, we knew the Falcons' offensive line was decimated. They've held up. We knew the Giants were playing much better the last 2 weeks, and they have played better. One turnover has really been the difference in this.
Yeah, and I've been very impressed with the Atlanta Falcons. First of all, we know about their struggles on the road. They're sharp today. Matt Ryan sharp, 17 of 23 protecting the football. And this offensive line, you can't say enough. 3 guys down. They're playing really good football. And I think if you're the Giants, I'm Tom Coughlin, I'm ripping that defensive line. We got to take advantage of the situation. We need to mount some pressure.
Remember, after the first 2 weeks, the Giants did not look good at all, and there was all kinds of discombobulation. But what did he tell you about this Falcons team coming in here off a just flat-out awful performance?
Well, Tom Coughlin's been around this game for a long time. He looked at his team and he said, you guys were in the same position 3 weeks ago. How'd you feel when everyone was telling you how bad you are? He expected the Falcons to play well, and they are.
They played much better today. It's been a good game. I mean, 13-10. I think the key for the Giants, though, even after that Parker fumble, which gave the Falcons a field goal, they've had twice now where the Falcons have been in goal-to-goal situations and they held them to field goals. That bears watching later.
It's kept them in this game very much so. Mike Tice deserves a lot of credit. What did he say to me down on the field before the game? Can you play guard?
John, I've heard a lot of people ask if you can still play safety before games, you know, and I've never heard somebody ask you to play guard. That's a first for me. I would put it by you. And Jennings is going to fall on this one. And that will run out the half. I should say Parker, not Jennings. So that'll do it for the half here at MetLife Stadium. Falcons 13, Giants 10. Good first half of football. And the Falcons will get the ball after the break. Now time for the Visa halftime report. Hang on. Let's wait here 1 second. They're stopping the players from leaving the field. Are they going to say there's like a second left on the clock?
1 second.
Player was touched down. 1 second on the clock.
That's what they're going to say. Now this would be a kicker if Coughlin just takes a knee anyway, wouldn't it? You got to at least take a shot here. Why not, right? You got to play. Might as well take a shot. Mike Smith saying, "Come on." Really, what it was is our director Artie Kemper just wanted to cut one more final play. He's an air hog, and that's really what it comes down to. We'll take a knee. Let's try this again. We're going to go to the Visa halftime report with Kurt Menefee back in L.A. Kurt and the fellas, take it away. Welcome back to MetLife Stadium. We get set for the start of the second half. 13-10 Falcons lead. Our Nissan excitement of the game. Matt Ryan playing extremely well. 17 of 23, 167 yards. Eli Manning had a good first half as well with a touchdown pass. We were talking, John, and I'm trying to think what's missing. How about this? Larry Donnell, who's been a sensation, no catches. Victor Cruz, 1 catch, 1 yard.
Yeah, they got to keep the ball a little bit. Atlanta will start with it, but when New York gets on the offensive side of the football, we've been talking about the rhythm. They've never really established a rhythm today. They got to get that rhythm going. They got to get Victor Cruz going. And Odell Beckham, we talked about the explosive nature of his game. I'd like to see him make some big plays. They need a play to spark the Giants, and the Falcons just keep doing what they're doing. They're playing really good football right now.
Only really had one big play, that 42-yarder to Preston Parker. Here's Hester. You know he's going to try and return it, and he will. Hester is going to be taken down at the 15. Down to the sideline we go with Pam Oliver.
Well, Kevin, the defense for the Falcons, they put together a pretty solid half, but Mike Smith, he wasn't ready to do cartwheels. It basically seemed of the mind that we're doing what we're supposed to do, and that is our jobs. Meantime, Tom Coughlin, he had a pretty long list of things he wants to see. One of them, offense. They need to play with a better tempo. He said, we've only put together one decent drive. We got to do better than that. On defense, he said, we need some turnovers. We've lived off those things for the last 2 weeks. Back to you.
I think if you're the Falcons, you look at total yards. Giants have 148. Considering the Vikings pushed 600 yards last week, they've obviously improved. They're going to start out the second half with Steven Jackson, who's going to push forward for a gain of 3.
And Kevin, here's what I would say. Tom Coughlin, we need the turnovers. It starts up front. When you've watched them the last 2 weeks, these 9 turnovers, 7 interceptions, every single one of them has started with pressure up front. Jake Matthews is flat out shutting Jason Pierre-Paul out of this game. The rest of that offensive line, they need some pressure, some heat up front.
Jake Matthews, the rookie left tackle. You mentioned him. All these changes, he made a change too, moved from right to left to start the year with the injury to Baker, and he has been splendid. Pressure now, though, on Ryan, but he gets it away to Jackson. And Steven Jackson has himself a first down. Ryan hanging in and delivering a first to Jackson.
But this is the kind of heat. They got heat inside, Cullen Jenkins, heat outside, Pierre-Paul putting a little pressure. Matt Ryan outstanding getting the ball off. But that's the kind of heat. You got to start winning those one-on-one battles. The Falcons won them in the first half. See if the Giants can continue to in the second half.
Matt Ryan came into this game second in the NFL in passing yards behind Andrew Luck, but he has played an extremely smart game today. Time on a fake, and it's tipped at the line. He was looking for Steven Jackson in the flat, but it got tipped up by Pierre-Paul.
Pierre-Paul stands at 6'5", has got incredibly long arms. Getting locked out again by Jake Matthews, but watch him get that big left hand up and tip the ball.
Falcons go empty backfield here. Devontae Freeman has a wideout top of your screen. They've put him there 3 times today. Devin Hester not in the game in this formation. Doesn't have a catch yet today. Ryan. Pressure again. Throws incomplete. Looking over the middle for Toilolo, but McLean was there. So you mentioned Jake Matthews on Jason Pierre-Paul, and you woke up the beast, John.
Well, it's not me. I think it was Tom Coughlin at the half, letting these guys know we need some heat up front. There's Perry Fuel, the defensive coordinator. They're starting to get it. Pressure inside from Robert Ayers, outside from Pierre-Paul, and the crowd is sparked.
3rd down 10. Pressure again. Ryan steps away. Now firing deep for Jones. Intercepted. It's intercepted by Demps. We get a flag too, and the ball is loose, and the Falcons pounce back on it. This actually might work out best for the Falcons, if you could believe it or not. There's a flag too. Jacquizz Rodgers recovered the fumble, if that's what it comes to, but let's see. Big call by Ed Hockley and his crew.
I think the question they're all asking here in this huddle, did Quentin Demps give himself up when he slid, or did he not? And indeed it is a fumble, as it was called on the field.
Before the interception and before the fumble, there was holding by the defense, number 20. Atlanta recovered the ultimate fumble, therefore the penalty is declined. Atlanta's ball, first down.
Well, they can look at this, and they look at every turnover upstairs in the replay booth, so they will look. And let's see, John, did he give himself up? No, that's clearly a fumble.
Yep. Never had possession, so no, he didn't. Jacquizz Rodgers with a tremendous play to get that ball
and recover it.
But the theme that you got to like if you're the Giants, not the fumble, but the heat up front that you're starting to see.
They've gotten pressure, but the Falcons get the first down. A strange drive. This will be the 5th play of it. And they go back to the run with Steven Jackson. And there is nothing there. Maybe a yard for Steven Jackson. And Matt Ryan today having himself a nice start. We'll go to that in a sec.
You talk about waking up the beast. Watch the long arms of Pierre-Paul. He's going to bench press Jake Matthews, then come off and make the play. Jason Pierre-Paul came out with more energy in the second half.
It's evidence. Yeah, the tip ball, he got pressure twice. On 2nd and 9. Ayers on the pressure. Ryan over the middle to Jackson again, and Jackson gets to midfield before he shoved back. It's going to bring up a 3rd and a makeable 4. Quan Williams was there. Matt Ryan on the road has been a different quarterback, and you look at this year, stark difference, especially completion percentage, John. But today, he's been real good.
He has been, and you know, this is something that happens on a regular basis with dome quarterbacks. There's something about that dome that they feel at home. It's affected Matt Ryan, but today has been extremely sharp. We just saw the interception. We'll see if he can protect the football.
Falcons on 3rd and 4, blitz coming. Ryan tipped, incomplete. Amukamara knocks it away from Hester. Pierre-Paul got in there again, and the pressure starting to come from this Giants defensive front.
We're waking up the beast. Watch Matt Ryan. He's been hanging in there. Mike Smith calls him the tough Irishman. He better be, because Pierre-Paul just delivered one. But starting to muddy it up are these defensive linemen for the New York Giants. They had the turnover. Now they forced the punt. Good series for the New York Giants.
Bosher to punt it away. And there's a flag as Bosher got hit. And that's going to be a first down because it was a 3rd and 4. That's going to give the Falcons a first down. It was Jason Pierre-Paul
running into the kicker. Defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
Pierre-Paul drives his man back and then falls into Bosher. This is a player safety issue. A good call by Ed Hockley. Was not blocked into him. That's a good call. Doesn't look like a whole lot of contact, but they have to protect those punters. And so the Giants, they forced the turnover. They give it back. They forced the punt. Now they give it back.
And why on the end of this was Matt Bosher trying to do a headstand? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Ready? Watch. I mean, that's impressive. I don't know how it relates to the game, but I just thought it was impressive to show. It's a 1st and 10 now. The Falcons getting a second chance for the second time on this drive. Rodgers gets the carry. Jacquizz Rodgers. So Atlanta has handed off to 4 different people today. And Eli is sitting and waiting, and that's really been part of the story here. The Falcons have possessed the ball for 5 more minutes than the Giants have.
We'll see if this Giants D, this drive certainly testing their resiliency. They've done it to themselves. They took the ball away. They gave it back. They forced the punt. They give it back. We'll see if they can do it for a 3rd time.
From the 44, it's a fake. They hit Jones, and Julio Jones pursued well. Antro roll, though, made the initial play, and then got help.
You watch a couple things on this play. Gonna let Pierre-Paul, but I want you to watch Pierre-Paul and Robert Ayers turn and run to Julio Jones. And Mukamara slows him up, but there's the defensive lineman with great hustle, great effort, finishing off Julio Jones.
Falcons just 1 of 7 on 3rd down. They need 9. Blitz picked up. Ryan going for it. Oh, incomplete. He let it out there for Julio Jones. And instead, Atlanta will have to punt.
That's the matchup Matt Ryan wants. He'll take a one-on-one with Julio Jones all day long, but he's got a guy in Cromartie that can play with him, grabbing that right arm of Julio Jones. Well-placed ball. Would have been a great catch. One that we often see Julio Jones make, so the Giants do step up for the 3rd time on this series.
And he usually makes that catch. It would have obviously been a tough one, but the Giants D, after all that, will get it back. Bosher to punt. And Parker is going to call a fair catch at the 11. And so the Giants will take over with 10:03 to go in the 3rd. Eli Manning and company down by 3.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Without a heart, it's just a machine. By Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. By KFC, the world's best chicken. How do you KFC? And by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV.
Giants take over their first possession of the second half. They start on their own 12, and Antro roll made a nice defensive play. On offense, though, Larry Donnell, their tight end, who has turned into a star this year, 25 catches, 4 touchdowns on the young season, number 84, doesn't have a catch yet today. The Falcons have taken him away. They're going to start with the run, and why not? Because Jennings has it up to the 20 and a gain of 8 on first down.
Well, good job by this Giants offensive line that has been so good in recent weeks, working in unison together. Hynoski, the great block, and watch the finish. Ishmael comes up and puts a blow on Rashad Jennings at the finish of this run.
Hey, John, I'm curious. I don't have a number to quantify it, but I feel like the Giants are huddling a lot more today than they've been last couple weeks when they were successful. It's going to be a give to Williams, and the rookie bursts up the middle, have the first down. You feel that way, or just?
Well, I do, and it's interesting because when you meet with them, all they talk about is we like the tempo. Tom Coughlin told Pam Oliver, I want more tempo in the second half. Now we're seeing them huddle again. Eli likes the tempo. The offensive line likes the tempo. I'd like to see it, but right now they're doing a good job running the football.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. And brought up the story how they were doing drills, and McAdoo said, hey, no huddle or huddle? And the offensive line said, no huddle. They like it. They've gone to a huddle a lot, trying to get that tempo going on a first down. They'll pitch it. Williams, a couple good blocks, and looked like it was going to gain more than it did. Meanwhile, game break time. Let's go to L.A. with Joel.
All right, Kevin, let's go down to Dallas. Arian Foster having himself quite a day. 59 rush yards on this drive. Takes it in from 15 yards out. He's got 99 already on the day. And the Texans are up 7-3. Kevin, John, and Pam.
All right, Joel, thanks for that. And the Giants have themselves 2nd and 7 of the 28. Down 3. 8:17 to go. Third quarter from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Time. Manning coming near side. Randall bobbles, catches, and we get a flag too. It will be a first down if it's on the defense. Well, let's see. There's also a flag back at the line of scrimmage, so we got a couple flags here. Eli Manning waiting to sort things out.
There were fouls by both teams on the play. Holding, offense number 77. Illegal contact, number 23. Those fouls offset. We'll replay second down.
So the play never happened. Erase it from your memory. So Larry Donnell, or Donnell, we met with him, and he said everybody's been messing up the name. It's Donnell, not Donnell, as we've all been saying, every broadcaster. And John, you know, he's really, I mean, first Giants tight end ever with 25+ receptions, 4 touchdowns, first 4 games. Joe Walton. This is the ex-New York Jet coach. I mean, that's pretty good. That's how good he's been. He's been a developing star, but he's been shut out thus far. Going back to the run with Williams, breaks the tackle, and Ismail will finally bring him down, bring him to 3rd and 1.
Well, Ben McAdoo, the new offensive coordinator, Tom Coughlin, they seem intent on finding the holes in this run defense. Remember, this is a defense, and in the Atlanta Falcons, they gave up 241 yards rushing. They're intent on finding the holes in this defense, trying to wear them out. But meanwhile, Donnell, Victor Cruz held to 1 catch. Donnell shut out on the day. You need the big play at some point. We'll see if the Giants can find it.
Hayden Hillis in the game for the first time. He's been relegated to special teams duty. Number 33 in the backfield on a 3rd and a short 2. Blitz coming. Hillis picks it up, tipped away. That was not a good pass, and Alford was there, and the Falcons hold again. And what Tom Coughlin wanted, more tempo, not seeing it yet. Now, that guy.
And that's always dangerous. Devin Hester, 14 career punt returns for touchdowns, 5 kickoff returns. The guy can do it in so many facets, and he makes you hold your breath every time he goes back there because you know something special could happen.
Weatherford had a great punt to the sidelines last time. This one is a boomer, but it's plenty returnable. Nope, he'll let it go. Over his head in the end zone. So you'll take that. A 67-yard punt, no return. Falcons football and their lead, 13-10 in the 3rd. It's injury news for the Giants. Rashad Jennings had 1 carry on that last series and went out, and this is why.
Kamal Ishmael playing center field and coming up and laying the boom. Remember, he's in there for William Moore, who's injured. He just injured Rashad Jennings. Ishmael coming up with the big pop.
Tremendous camera work by Michael Tannemeyer down in that low end zone. Ryan now on the Falcons to Steven Jackson, who's out across the 25 to the 26. So Steven Jackson getting involved. That's his 5th catch today out of the backfield. Jackson, 11 carries, 43 rush. And that's his 5th catch, going to put him up at about 37 yards receiving.
Matt Ryan, we talked to him about spreading the ball, much like Drew Brees. He said he tells his guys, do your job and the ball will find you. We're a better team when we spread the football. He's spreading it and spreading it well today in New York.
They would get it on the ground, and that's not going to go very far. Is that Jackson's always been a good receiver. Is that a product, though, of just getting him involved, or quick plays and just getting rid of the ball with this offensive line?
Quick plays, getting rid of the ball, but Matt Ryan, that's what he does. He's going to find the open man. They're often doubling Julio Jones, Roddy White, a lot of attention on him. So then you don't force it. You go to the guy who is open.
Anton Smith, the speedy back in the game on a 3rd and 4. Pressure up the middle. They get it to Smith, and he breaks the tackle, and he can fly. Goodbye, Anton Smith all the way, and another long touchdown, 74 yards. John, he's got 6 career touchdowns, and they're all over 38 yards. It's incredible.
You look at, they're bringing the blitz. Antrell roll right there. He's got Anton Smith. He's coming from distance. Looks like he's going to make a great play. Anton Smith does a tremendous job shooing Antrell roll off him. And then the speed. He turns on the jets. Mike Smith said about the young man, he's got a trait that you can't teach, and it's called speed.
Just incredible. What a turn of events. The Falcons, who led the league in big plays coming into today, deliver again. Anton Smith from Florida State, 74 yards, and it's 20-10 Atlanta.
Today's game is sponsored by Verizon. More live games than ever before with NFL Mobile.
Antrell Roll missed a tackle, and then when you miss against Anton Smith, you have no chance. He is lightning fast.
You see it again, the pressure. Matt Ryan, as he does so often, finds the right guy. Now it's about Anton Smith breaking the tackle. He does it, and then it is off to the races. But watch that right there, DRC. Change of speed right there. You're not going to catch Anton Smith. Anton Smith can flat out go. And he goes the distance.
And now the kickoff. Depps. And he's going to be tackled shy of the 20. Well, the Falcons are juiced up. The 74-yard play. And all of a sudden, here in northern New Jersey, they're up by 10 on the Giants. Falcons are the kings of big plays. And Anton Smith, who was signed as a free agent out of Florida State in 2009. It's pretty amazing how he has come to life. I'll tell you more in a moment. Giants, by the way, need life on their offense. They've looked stagnant and stale. And now Jennings out of the game, and that'll help. It's Beckham Jr. and Manning overthrew it. Odell Beckham Jr. blew by the coverage, and it's incomplete.
Well, we've been talking about the explosive speed. He puts it on display right there. Odell Beckham just blowing by Alford. Eli Manning, an errant throw out of bounds. They had him. They gave one up.
That's 6. You can't miss that play. Here's Williams with Jennings hurting, and he's going to fall forward and get a couple. New this season, stream live local Sunday afternoon games right on your smartphone with NFL Mobile. Mike Smith and Mike Nolan, the defensive coordinator right there. What a turnaround for his Falcons team, although they got lucky a minute ago. And now it's 3rd and 5 for the Giants. And they got the Falcons to jump.
Something we've seen in this league in the last couple of years, the hard count from the shotgun. We used to see it under center, now from the shotgun. And
neutral zone infraction defense, number 93. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
He's Malachi Goodman. Second time the Falcons have committed that penalty today.
Well, if you're playing D-line, watch the football. Don't listen to the quarterback. He's not watching the football. And OCU Manura tells the young player in Goodman exactly what I was just saying. Watch the dang ball.
And so that gives the Giants a first. And again, just a reminder on that last drive, Rashad Jennings, they wrapped his left knee. The rookie Williams in there. Blitz coming all out. Manning going deep again for Beckham Jr. Got a flag. That's going to be on Atlanta. Alford had the hands all over Odell Beckham Jr. And the Giants finally trying to get their rookie involved here, and it's working.
Well, Alford may well be, other than Anton Smith, the fastest player on the Falcons, but he knows the speed of Odell Beckham Jr., and he holds on because he's going to get run by again. Mike Smith giving Robert Alford.
There were two fouls by the defense on the play, holding. Number 23, that's the Klein. With also pass interference, number 23. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, if you want to go, you might as well go all the way. As soon as the ball's in the air, it becomes pass interference. That's why there are two calls. He held them before, he held them after.
He 2-for-1 special.
Yeah, go for it. Good sales in northern New Jersey this week. So Beckham Jr., just by his sheer speed, getting the Giants a first down, just energizing the crowd a little bit. And maybe this Giants offense. It's a 26-yard penalty and a 1st and 10. Here we go. Eli over the middle. He's got Williams who makes the catch. Down to the sidelines with Pam Oliver we go.
All right, Kevin, it'll be interesting to see how the Giants' run game now fares. Their top rusher, Rashad Jennings, as you mentioned, he has suffered a knee injury. It's actually a sprain. Jennings is listed as questionable. I watched him walk into the locker room, showed no signs of coming back to this ball game. Back to you.
Pam, thanks for the update. So it is on Williams, who, by the way, caught his first ball in the NFL. He didn't catch a single ball in college last year, so that was a new one. And another first down.
But in talking to their coaches, they know that he didn't do it a lot in college, but they say he catches it very well, very naturally.
Manning has time. He's going deep and incomplete. That is a great play. Cruz was the intended receiver, and Wilson knocked it away.
Well, this is just good on all sides of the ball. An excellent throw by Eli Manning, an excellent route by Victor Cruz. And watch Josh Wilson. This is how you play defensive back. He was beat, so you don't turn and look for the ball. You play the receiver's hands at this point, pulls the ball out. Outstanding play by Wilson.
Beckham Jr., by the way, now staying in. He's not coming out for series right now. Bottom of your screen. Manning. A lot of time. Pumping, looking, and he gets Beckham Jr. after all that time on the cross. So he has his second catch of the day. We'll bring up a 3rd and short.
Ben McAdoo said about Beckham Jr., he's got big mitts. He plucks the football. He uses the big mitts there.
He called them suction cups. Jerry Reese, the general manager, told me he's got 10-inch hands. That's big. That's Hakeem Nick's size when the Giants drafted him. Larry Donnell hasn't had a catch yet on a 3rd and 2. Keep an eye out for him. Pressure. Manning unloads. It's Randall staying on his feet and inside the 15. He's got a first down for the Giants and a gain of 9.
But Kevin, the Giants were devoid of any spark, of any rhythm, of any tempo. They've got it now, and I think you've got Odell Beckham Jr. to thank. His presence on this field has loosened up the Atlanta Falcons defense. It's got Eli Manning now in somewhat of a rhythm, getting the ball out of his hands. Giants offense coming alive.
Josh Wilson, the injured Falcon. We'll be back. Falcons by 10 in the 3rd. Josh Wilson, who just made a tremendous play moments ago, gets hurt here. Running into Ismail, his own safety. So he's out of the game. He's a nickelback, but up. And now it's a 1st and 10 for the Giants at the 14. Draw. It's Andre Williams. And Williams inside the 5. 1st and goal, Giants.
Andre Williams gets the call with Rashad Jennings out, and he's answering the call. Larry Donnell, Richburg, the left guard, leading the charge. Andre Williams downhill.
From the 3, they're going to throw a fade. Randall, is it intercepted? No, out of bounds. It was Trufant. And now let's take a look.
This is something under Ben McAdoo, Kevin. We've seen throw the fade down at the end zone, little miscommunication, left foot in, right elbow and knee out.
Just missed. Randall went the other way. He wasn't even going that route. So here we go. 2nd and goal. Williams up the gut and in. Touchdown. Second touchdown of the year for Andre Williams, and the Giants strike back.
I'm looking at my board, Kevin, and under Andre Williams, I had from my notes, he runs violently. How about this? Looks pretty violent to me, running Paul Warlow over. This young man can tote the rock, and he does with authority right there.
I don't know about you, but anytime you get the phrase tote the rock in the game, that's the type of run it was. Second touchdown in his young career for Andre Williams, and the Giants are right back in it. Extra point by Brown is up, and it's good. Giants offense coming to life. 2:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's the Falcons lead by 3. Andre Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the year, and the big play was really Odell Beckham Jr. drawing the pass interference penalty. Here's the reaction, though. Yeah, after Eli Manning had that kind of reaction in Washington.
Kind of, sort of. Word.
Tom Coughlin, I didn't get the idea, is a real big fan of any reaction after a touchdown, is he?
He said he likes Daniel Fells, who has a tendency on his touchdowns to set the ball down, or Marshawn Lynch, who goes and does the traditional handshake.
Yeah. Devin Hester back to return. That was a big drive by the Giants, though. Their offense has been kind of quiet, and after Atlanta's big play, they answer. They keep it away from Hester on the pooch kick here, and it's Rodgers, and because Rodgers stays on his feet. Good job to get across the 20. Down to Pam on the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, you talked about Eli in that play in the Washington game. It was quite the celebratory moment for him, wasn't it? That 1-yard touchdown run, and Eli was having a good time at it, but it lacked style and execution, didn't it? With our meeting with Eli, he tried to explain what happened. Turns out Tom Coughlin, citing Detroit linebacker Stephen Tulloch's season-ending knee injury, he doesn't want to see all these crazy celebrations where somebody else could get hurt, running and jumping into each other. Back here.
Pam, I mean, it's not Ickey Woods with the cold cuts, but it will have to do. Falcons 1st and 10 now. It's Devontae Freeman, the rookie from Florida State, and he goes nowhere. Jaquan Williams and Jonathan Hankins, the big defensive tackle, broke that play down.
And Jonathan Hankins has been outstanding. You just watch controlling the line of scrimmage. That's really what this game boils down to. Jonathan Hankins does a tremendous job standing up cons. He tries to cut them, uses his hands. That young man's playing some good football for the New York Giants.
Remember, the Falcons playing without 3 of their starting offensive linemen, and the Giants in the second half are starting to pressure and starting to get through. Ryan, Freeman, in the flat and nowhere. Giants arrive quickly there. McLean and Williams, and a 3rd long.
We said it a couple series ago. They needed some energy. The stadium needed some energy. They've got it. Compliments of that last drive. I think the pressure on defense, and here comes the crowd.
Just 2 of 9 on 3rd down. Pressure. Ryan gets rid of it, incomplete. Robert Ayers Jr. Rush Matt Ryan and a 3 and out.
Robert Ayers going to come right from inside. Little delayed game. Comes around the edge. The pressure on Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan can't do anything but get rid of it. The pressure. Tom Coughlin, I promise you, said defensive line, these guys are injured. We've got to make them pay. And they're starting to.
And look who's back on the punt return. Odell Beckham Jr. First time he's back there today. He returned 2 punts for touchdowns at LSU. And Bosher gets it away. Beckham Jr. going to call fair catch out of the 36. But good starting field position. And the crowd is alive here at MetLife Stadium. Tomorrow, MLB postseason on Fox Sports 1, continuing as the scene shifts to St. Louis. NLDS Game 3, it's Hyungjin Ryu taking them out against John Lackey and the Cards. Game 3, NLDS 9 Eastern on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. So Hyungjin Ryu, who hasn't pitched in a few weeks with an injury, making his return tomorrow against John Lackey, who came over on the trade with Boston.
Got to expect Eli Manning and the Giants to continue to push the tempo. I expect the no-huddle has brought life to this offense on the last series.
Best starting field position of the day for the Giants. In fact, it's the only time they started past their own 20. Williams. Andre Williams. He's got a gain of 9, and that may take us to the end of the third. And we have come to the end of the third quarter at MetLife Stadium. Good football game, and the Giants getting some momentum back in their football, but it's the Falcons in the lead by 3 after 3. Mike Tice is chewing the Surface tablets for the old school photos, John.
No Microsoft Surface Pro 3 for Mike Tice. He said, give me the old paper. I like it.
He's got a scout taking Polaroids upstairs for those. Second down and short for the Giants, and it's Andre Williams stuffed. Wow. Paul Worlow making amends for getting run over the goal line with that hit.
OCU Mignora told us it wasn't a pretty film session on Monday, watching all the Minnesota Vikings run right through their defense, but they've been better today against the run. The New York Giants continuing to probe that run defense. We'll see where they go on 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and short, up the guts, and that should be enough for a first down. That'll move the chains. Well, it's all on Andre Williams now with Jennings out with the knee injury, as Pam told us, and this is a guy that's completely capable.
Watch that double team up front. J.D. Walton, John Jerry, double on Paul Soliai. The stout nose tackle. Andre Williams plunges ahead for the first down.
Now, this is a guy that was a Heisman finalist. He ran for 2,177 yards, which is the 5th best season all time in the FBS. That at Boston College this year. 4th round draft pick. Peyton Hillis in the game. He's been used very rarely at running back. Just to give Williams a breather. Play clock at 1. They got to spare a timeout here. Manning was making changes and lost track of time, and the Giants used their first timeout of the second half. Giants with the football down 3 in the 4th.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by the new Volkswagen Jetta. Isn't it time for German engineering? By Microsoft Surface, the official tablet of the NFL. And by Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly.
20-17, Falcons over the Giants. New York football, 1st and 10. Their own 46. That's Donnell in motion. Still doesn't have a catch.
Kill. 118.
Hillis with the carry, and Peyton Hillis across midfield. Pick up 4. John, you want a shocker? How about the Bucs beating the Saints in New Orleans 24-20? New Orleans is staring at 1-4. I know it's only 4 points, but I'm stunned looking at that game right now. Drew Brees has thrown a pick 6 in that game.
Coming into the year, too, many people, including myself, felt like this could be the Saints' year. They seem to have it on both sides.
Fake to Williams. Manning coming near side. It's Beckham Jr. He's got a first down. Odell Beckham Jr. has given life to this Giants offense. Gains 14.
And Kevin, here is why speed is so coveted in this league. Look at Alfred. He wants no part. He's getting the heck out of there. Beckham Jr. backs him off. Eli Manning, easy throw. The old saying, speed kills. It certainly does on the football field.
Yeah, it does. Giants on the march. 6th play of the drive. Williams. And he goes twisted for a yard and a half. Elsewhere on the scoreboard today, Cowboys over the Texans. DeMarco Murray over 100 yards one more time.
Eli standing in the face of the pressure. I think he's got a buddy, Odell Beckham Jr. They went to the same high school, Newman High School in New Orleans. And I think he just found a guy that he's going to really enjoy throwing to. He's got the speed, he's got the hands. Really, really special player, they think, in New York.
12th overall pick out of LSU. Fake the draw. Manning over the middle. Knocked away. That was danger zone time. And Wilson got his hands in there. He's made a couple nice plays. It was intended for Cruz.
This is where the Atlanta Falcons, as the game wears on, their deficiencies as a defense start to come to the forefront. One of those deficiencies, pass rush. They are getting no pass rush. Eli Manning had all day. Excellent job of the defense hanging in there, but you got to be able to mount some sort of pass rush. Now they show pressure. We'll see how Eli responds.
Giants need to get to the 26. Here's Cruz is wide open, and he's got a first down. Falcons let Victor Cruz wide open. It's only his 2nd catch of the game, but it's a biggie.
This is something this new offense does. They want the ball out quickly in their playmakers' hands. Eli said getting it to Cruz is like throwing it to a punt returner. Get it to him quick, let him do what he does, and Victor Cruz does it well.
Peyton Hillis. And Josh Wilson came up from the secondary to make that stop. He's going to get about 3 yards on the carry.
It's a nice luxury that the New York Giants have. You got Rashad Jennings, who's out hurt. You bring in Andre Williams, a rookie that they like a lot. But Peyton Hillis is a back very similar to them, and he's carried the ball a lot in this league. It's not like your typical third back who never plays.
4-man rush, plenty of time. Williams in the slot. Bowls over another Falcon, but this time Wilson hangs on for dear life. He's going to pick up 5. He's not afraid to lower that shoulder pad.
Take a listen.
Wilson credit, he hung on there. That could have been a touchdown if he didn't hang on. And now a 3rd and 3. Blitz coming. Manning going for Beckham Jr. He made the catch. Touchdown. There is a flag.
Holding defense number 23. The penalty is declined.
First NFL touchdown from Odell Beckham Jr. He's been worth the wait, John.
We saw him spark this crowd earlier. The PI that really got this game turned around. They talk about the speed. They talk about the hands. It looks to me like this kid's got the total package, going up high point in the football. You can see why they're so high on Odell Beckham Jr.
The extra point is good, and the Giants have the lead. 14 unanswered points. The rookie adding some zest to this offense. Giants up by 4. Play 64-yard drive for the Giants. Odell Beckham Jr. his first game as a pro, and he has delivered big time. And how about trust? Because when Eli Manning let go of that ball, Robert Alford was right on him. So he basically said, here, go get it.
Yeah, you know, we sat with Eli, and the one thing he was concerned about, they hadn't had the reps in practice, but he said, I got to trust them. I'm going to trust them. And boy, has that trust paid off.
And now the kick out of the end zone. And we showed you that number by Eli Manning, by the way, which I'll mention in a moment. First, I'll mention this tomorrow on Fox. 2 shows everyone's talking about first. Heroes and villains collide in an all-new Gotham. And then it's TV's wildest ride in a new Sleepy Hollow. 2 great dramas you can catch right here tomorrow, 8/7 Central on Fox. Just a note on Manning with those 2 touchdowns, now passing Len Dawson for 19th all-time in passing the NFL. Very noteworthy. Beckham Jr., just his presence has changed everything. He had the ball where it was overthrown by Manning, could have been a touchdown. Then he drew the pass interference. Now he's got a touchdown. Now the crowd is fired up. Giants by 4 with 10:02 to go. And Ryan's going to go to Julio Jones. Just come back to get it. And see where they mark him here. Jones only his 2nd catch of the half after having 8 catches in the first half.
Well, Kevin, Jason Pierre-Paul has started to make his presence known. So what do? You put an extra lineman in, and then you double him with Steven Jackson. They're going to make sure that he doesn't wreck this game plan. Dirk Cutter continuing to give this offensive line that's got 3 new starters some help.
They stay with 6 offensive linemen in the game on a 2nd and 1. Jackson in trouble, and down he goes.
Watch Jason Pierre-Paul up top. The puller, John Asamoah, but he muddies it up, gives his time to Jaquan Williams to chase it down, and the crowd responds.
Gladys have heard MetLife Stadium all year, John, on a 3rd and 3. Ryan in trouble, gets out of a sack, tripped up, and he gets it away. Pierre-Paul has gone nuts here in the 2nd half, and he made that play happen.
And Jason Pierre-Paul was literally, he had a shutout going in the first half. He had done nothing. Jake Matthews had owned him. Now Jason Pierre-Paul has flipped the script, and he's starting to wreak havoc on Matt Ryan and this Atlanta Falcons offense.
The Giants defense building on the momentum that the offense has gained, and they force a 3 and out. And this time Parker is back, not Beckham Jr. 2nd straight 3 and out for the Falcons. Bosher. Short kick. And not a good punt at all for Matt Bosher. And so the Giants will take over in great field position. And the Falcons frustrated, running for their lives. It's the Giants up 4 with the football when we come back.
Today's game is sponsored by the new Samsung Galaxy Note 4. The next big thing is here.
Falcons have gone 3 and out their last 2 possessions. That culminating with a 28-yard punt from Matt Bosher. And here are the Giants. Touchdowns in their last 2 possessions on beautiful-looking drives. And they start out on their own 45. Up by 4. It's Williams. And not much. 3 for Williams. Jason Pierre-Paul has really been active in this 2nd half. You know, and I'm looking at the scoreboard, John, today. The Eagles are all over the Rams. The Cowboys are winning by a touchdown. DeMarco Murray has now 5 100-yard games. He leads the league in rushing. All of a sudden, this NFC East, which everyone thought was going to be down, maybe is not so bad.
This league is funny. Every time you think you have it figured out, you don't.
Long way to go on this one, though. 7:47 to go. It's Manning being pressured, going to dump it off. Adrian Robinson, the 3rd-string tight end, shimmies off the tackle, and we're going to put him out of bounds. Going to be shy of a 1st down. So he stepped out about the 47.5. So Adrian Robinson catches a pass before Larry Donnell does. Go figure.
But it's a big pass. It puts you in a 3rd and 2. Much more feasible, doable 3rd down situation than the 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8 it might have been.
Giants going to go empty backfield. No Beckham Jr. in on this. So the 3rd and 2. Play clock at 2. They got to call another timeout. Giants have burned their 2nd timeout of the half here. That's noteworthy. And both timeouts have been the same exact thing. So here are the Giants all of a sudden coming to life. Week 5 continues later today on CBS, and then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC. Tune in tomorrow on Monday Night Football on ESPN. It's the Redskins and the Seahawks. I'm trying to read a promo, and I literally tackled our stage manager.
Good hands,
was trying to, it's not very good. So this has been quite the game, as a matter of fact. But the Giants, a couple things: defensive line and Beckham Jr.
You just said it right there. We talked about in the second half, they need to create some pressure on defense. Pierre-Paul is taking care of that. And then on offense, it's been a great mix of tempo, the run game, starting to impose their will in the run game, and then Beckham Jr. just winning those one-on-ones outside.
Peyton Hillis in the game on a 3rd and 2. Again, the play clock running down. Falcons come with pressure. They leave Cruz wide open. He makes a good catch. Victor Cruz on the fingertips gets it down to the 38. It's a 9-yard gain and a 1st down.
Well, the fans were getting nervous because the play clock was getting down low, but here's why it was getting down low. Eli Manning's got a lot of latitude in this offense to get to the right play. They give him a thought. He gets him in the right play, and he does it with great effectiveness, dialing up the right play to Victor Cruz.
6:42 to go. Giants up by 4 here. Falcons have all 3 timeouts. Williams trying to stretch, and he gets a couple of yards. Game break time. Kurt Menefee in L.A. Kurt.
Well, Odell Beckham, not the only rookie wideout with his first NFL touchdown. Tampa's Robert Harai, 6th-round pick out of Wyoming, scores from 9 yards out to Mike Glennon, and Tampa leads at 31-20 in the 4th quarter at the Superdome. Kevin, John, and Pam.
2 things. A, that's stunning, and B, after Tampa got railroaded on a Thursday night by Atlanta, they beat Pittsburgh and are in the mood now to beat New Orleans. How about that?
3rd thing. Never heard of that wide receiver, but I know his name now.
Join the club. He just made a big touchdown catch. That's incredible. Saints looking at 1 and 4. Williams breaks the tackle and again running over people. I've deduced that Andre Williams really likes contact, John.
I knew I liked this guy, and here's why. Watch him. A slashing type runner, but watch the way he finishes runs. Downhill, he takes it to the tackler. You want to be the hammer, not the nail. This young man is the hammer.
He had 66 yards against the Redskins last week in a touchdown. He's been big, especially with Jennings out. But here, 3rd and 3 for the drive to continue.
So interesting. We're seeing Eli playing much like his brother now. This offense gives him that latitude, and he's doing it at the line of scrimmage.
Blitz picked up by Hillis, and Manning near side. Did Randall hold it? No. Peyton Hillis had an unbelievable blitz pickup, but Randall couldn't hold the low throw. Field goal time for the Giants.
Really an excellent finish. We talk about finishing a play by Desmond Trufant, playing through the hands of Ruben Randall.
It's a big stop by Atlanta, and now obviously a big field goal with 5:06 to go. Giants by 4, and here is Brown to be a 50-yard field goal. He's got the leg for this. His longest last 2 years is 52. Weatherford on the hold. He's got it, and the Giants are up by 7. The Falcons keep it a 1-score game. This has been a good game today here at MetLife Stadium. It really has. A couple of 2-2 teams. Have been flashes from each one of them. It's the Giants by 7 with 5:01 to go. Devin Hester, no chance to return this one. You like that if you're the Giants. And now it's on Matt Ryan and the Falcons. Total yards. Giants have really had the second half here, John. And the points are the real issue. This Falcons team, which has not played well on the road, and they were running the ball well, moving the ball, and in the first half. In the second half, they've got 4 rushing yards, 107 total.
And I think the issue now you're Atlanta. You can come back and answer. You're going to have an answer for number 90, Jason Pierre-Paul. He's starting to impose his will. You need to give Jake Matthews some help.
And Julio Jones are at 88 yards at the half. That's just 2 catches for 10 yards in this half. He's at the bottom of your screen. Fake the run. Jackson helps pick up Pierre-Paul. Ryan's got nothing. He's going to throw it away. The problem with that is Steven Jackson was a big-time receiver early in the game, but he can't do that now.
Good coverage down the field. Roddy White tries the triple move. On the other side, it's Amukamara. The double moves. Matt Ryan nowhere to go with the ball.
Jackson had 5 catches early in this game, but now he's staying back to chip, and you take that away.
It's a big point.
Devin Hester in the game in the slot. Crowd's been alive here in the second half on a 2nd and 10. Draw, and Jackson has nowhere to run. Cullen Jenkins, and there is a flag too. Giants signaling it's on Atlanta.
Holding, offense is in the line. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
There's that offensive
the Giants
line.
have elected to decline the penalty. It's 3rd down.
It was playing so well early, but remember, they were ahead. Now you're behind. The Giants can pin their earbacks, and here's where this decimated offensive line has to hold up.
Looking at a 3rd and 11. 4-man rush. Steps up. And he's going to dump it off here to Hester. And I think he's going to be shy. Where's the mark on the other side of the field? Yes, he's going to be a yard shy. 4:40 left. You get all 3 timeouts. I don't know. Are you punting here, John?
I think you have to punt, but I think this really speaks volumes to Mike Smith's confidence in his defense. He doesn't feel like he can stop the New York Giants the way they're playing. And so this is an awful gutsy call. 4th and 1, here we are.
They haven't run the ball a lick in the second half.
You got to hold your water. Watch the hard count if you're the New York Giants.
Fourth and 1. Pressure. Ryan goes down. Jonathan Hankins.
Jonathan Hankins, he's going to come right up the middle on Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan never has a chance to escape. Mike Smith, again, I go back to, I don't think he had faith that his defense could stop him. He goes for it, and it burns him. We'll see if the defense can hold up now with great field position for the New York Giants.
Even if the Giants don't get a touchdown here, they're in position to make it a 2-score game. Atlanta does have all 3 timeouts, but the Giants can insert the dagger here. 4:34 to go. It's Williams. They're going to run it. And Williams taken down by Worlow after a short game. I could certainly understand what Mike Smith is thinking there, but you're so deep in your own territory. You make it a 2-possession game now by not getting it.
That's just, it's what happens when you've got one side of the ball that you really don't trust. They've given a valiant effort, has this defense together today, but you've seen as the game has gone on, they're starting to get wore down.
Yeah.
And I think it just, he trusts his offense more than he does his defense. It backfired right there.
Williams again on 2nd and 8. It's going to keep on ticking with the clock. And the Falcons are going to call their first timeout. Andre Williams has done a nice job. 17 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown. This quarter been the big difference. Giants offense has come to life. And really, the offensive line, John, 3 starters out today for Atlanta. First half, you didn't notice. Oh, you've noticed here.
And I think you really credit Ben McAdoo. Early on, you're saying, why is he running the ball? Well, he kept the run game going. On the Atlanta Falcons, again, early on, the offense, they're playing with a lead, not getting exposed. When they fall behind, they're starting to get exposed.
3rd down and 7. Giants, at the very least, want to make it a 2-possession game. And they're going to be conservative because of it. They give it to Williams. And Williams running people. Clock moving. 1st down. Giants. Andre Williams is a truck.
Just watch this run. Told you, my board says he runs violently. How about this? Wow. You see why this guy's a 2,000-yard rusher. He runs downhill. He lowers the boom. He finishes run. He sees things well. He's got the total package.
For wide receivers, they have yak, yards after catch. I think it's time to make rack, run after catch for this guy. Williams, give it to him again. And short gain there, but the clock is ticking. Now 3 minutes to go. Falcons use their 2nd timeout. Last time the Falcons won a game outside, 2012, John, and it was at your old digs, Tampa Bay. And it's been a long time. And if you include playoffs, 9 straight losses outdoors. And it's a factor because you look at the schedule coming up for Atlanta. They've got Chicago at home. Then they're at Baltimore. They've got a game at London. They're at Tampa. They're at Carolina. They can't win on the road. Not going to win.
No, it really is a problem. You know, it's hard to put into words to really gain understanding on why they struggle so much. The numbers say they turn the ball over on the road. It's just something different for the Atlanta Falcons when they leave that Georgia Dome.
2nd and goal. Williams one more time. And the clock's going to keep on running. Falcons will call their final timeout, so they've got the 2-minute warning. Giants have won the 2nd half here. I mean, they've done a lot on the ground. They've stayed with it. Andre Williams, 2nd touchdown of the year, running over Worlow. Odell Beckham Jr. made some big plays, including his 1st career touchdown, and then the defense led by Jason Pierre-Paul. It was Hankins there on 4th down.
You know, and I think you go back to the start of this 2nd half. Remember the defense. They created the turnover, but they gave it back. Dimps intercepted the ball, gave it back. They got off the field with the punt, but they ran into the punter. But the 3rd time, they stood up again against the #1 offense in the league, and that really propelled this offense. Pat Flaherty, the offensive line coach, his group has done an outstanding job really wearing this Atlanta defense out in the 2nd half.
Giants are 6 of 8 on 3rd down in this 2nd half. Here, though, they're just going to get in the middle of the field and make it easy for Josh Brown to make it a 2-score game. Josh Brown has a 49-yard field goal, a 50-yard field goal today. And this would make it a 10-point game. And then you see they're going to waste the clock, probably call timeout with about 2:10 to go. So the Falcons would get the ball. They'd have the 2-minute warning and then have, you know, a touchdown, onside kick, the whole ball of wax, just because they gambled on 4th down.
Yeah, they gambled on 4th down, and Mike Smith did gamble. You can stand up here and be critical of him, but I'm telling you what he's thinking. He saw his defense give up 588 yards last week, 472 on 2 occasions. He doesn't have confidence in this defense. That affects you as a head coach. He played his card, and it backfired, but I don't blame him for playing that card.
Can I ask you, though, if this is week 5 and you don't feel like with 5.5 minutes to go you can trust your defense, what does that say for this Falcons team for the rest of the year?
It says it could be a long year. It says it could be a long year, and we saw it week 1. They have big-time deficiencies on this defense. They played better today, but there's holes on that defense. This team is set up to be successful on offense. They don't have enough on the defensive side of the ball, and you make decisions like that because deep down you know that as well.
Yeah. So here's Brown. It's a biggie to make it a 2-score game. The Falcons out of timeouts. This is a 27-yarder. He's got it. And the Giants are up by 10 with 2:08 to go. Well, welcome inside the broadcast booth. John Lynch, Kevin Burkhardt, and I think this was kind of a good gauge, wasn't it? Just to see where 2-2 teams were at today.
It sure was. And, I thought Atlanta came out and they talked about, we've struggled on the road. We've got to start fast. Well, they started fast, and these guys were playing well. But the New York Giants, you got to really credit them. And I'd really be interested to know what Tom Coughlin said in that locker room because it looked flat. It felt flat in the first half. It hasn't been anything but it has not been close to being flat. They've ignited this crowd. They've run. They've imposed their will on the line of scrimmage. The offensive line started to, that man, JPP, Jason Pierre-Paul, has really started to impose his will and really took over this game.
He really did. And that defensive line got an awful lot of pressure on the injured Atlanta offensive line. And then that guy, the rookie, Odell Beckham Jr., making his debut after, don't forget about Andre Williams, too. He's been great. Beckham Jr. got drafted number 12 overall. Didn't even get a single practice in an OTAs. Hurt his hamstring and then hurt it again. Like, literally did not practice at all, John. And Giant fans have been waiting to see this guy. Is he a ghost? Does he exist? Giants were cautious to make sure he got totally healthy. And Eli and Ben McAdoo, the offense coordinator, smiling that they've added a big weapon to their arsenal. Here's Hester. You can bet if he can, he'll take it out. No, won't need it. So 2:08 to go. Falcons down 10. They've got no timeouts. They've got the 2-minute warning. And they need a lot of help. It's on Matt Ryan now. This Giants defense credit. I mean, the Falcons, yes, their offensive line is extremely banged up. When you lose 3 players, that's tough. But this is an offense that coming into the game was averaging 444 yards a game. And they've been held to 327 today. And they have not run the ball a lick in the second half. Here's Ryan. Hester. Hester's going to go out of bounds, and that'll take it to the 2-minute warning. And back and forth, but the Giants in the second half have taken control. They're up by 10. 2 minutes to go. Coming up next after the Giants and Falcons, it's a State Farm postgame show on Fox, so hang in. Giants by 10. 2 minutes to go, no timeouts for Atlanta. And they've got to go 75 yards just to get on the board for once. Ryan going far side, catch is made, and inbounds is Julio Jones. Up until that point, Atlanta's last 11 plays had netted 13 total yards. Giants defense really clamping down.
They've been outstanding. In the last couple weeks, it's been the turnover that's really carried the day. Today, it's just good, solid defense.
Ryan unloads, incomplete for Jones. Pressure coming from Pierre-Paul, and we get a flag in the secondary.
Oh, looks like they're going to get Julio Jones on offensive PI.
Wow.
Pass interference offense, number 11. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
See him tied up with Rogers Cromartie. Good arm by the official. Little slow on the release. Not Aaron Rodgers, but he's got the distance.
Question is, can we throw on the run? First and 20 now. Pierre-Paul coming again. Ryan loses a flag. They're going to get Matthews for holding. Pierre-Paul has been unblockable in this second half. Simply unblockable. Yep.
10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
And let me tell you something. That matchup right there, Jason Pierre-Paul on Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews is going to be one heck of a football player. But talking to Robert Nunn, the defensive line coach, they felt like this was a good matchup for Pierre-Paul. He's got much longer arms. If he could utilize those arms, they felt like he would wear Jake Matthews out. And he has in the second half.
First and 30 now after back-to-back penalties. I'm going to just give a handoff up the middle to Freeman. Time is running, ball come loose. No, he's down. Quick game break. Let's go to Kurt Menefee. Kurt.
Once down 21-7 at home, Carolina's come storming back to take the lead against the Bears. Cam Newton hooking up with Greg Olsen, the former Bear, and he gives them the lead 31-24. Kevin and John.
Wow, that's a big comeback there. Bears up by a couple touchdowns. Ryan looking around. Going to throw on the run, but Julio Jones is out of bounds by 5 yards at that point. You know, I'm looking at the scoreboard, John. I mean, the Eagles were up, I think, 34-7. It's 34-28 over the Rams with 4 minutes to go. Cowboys and Texans are in overtime tied at 17. The Bills come back to tie up the Lions. I mean, it's literally, you look at the scoreboard 2 minutes later and everything changes in the NFL this year. It's nuts. And the Saints have now come back and tied Tampa Bay at 31. The NFC East. Giants poised to get their third win. We'll see what happens with the other 2 games. Giants need one more stop. It's 3rd and 20 Atlanta with no timeouts. Down 10. 3-man rush. They're going to set a screen to Freeman. Freeman still on his feet, still going. He is going to be short of a first down by a yard, but the clock is ticking. Got no timeouts. They've got to hurry here. Is limping to the line.
They don't have the urgency. It's as if they want to go home. They need to have the urgency, but Atlanta running out of seconds on that clock.
I'd like to thank our producer for today's game. Finally produced by Fran Morrison, having him in the truck today. Good to see Fran out here today, and he's steering the ship beautifully. 15 seconds. They'll swipe the ball or get another play maybe. And the Giants are about to win their third game, and the Falcons are about to go 0 for the road.
I think a tremendous job by this New York Giants football team. Didn't look real pretty in the first half, just kind of uninspired. Whatever happened in that locker room, I would love to know, because they came out a different team in that second half. We keep talking about it. It was the defensive front that asserted themselves, and then the run game, Odell Beckham Jr. on the outside. Good stuff for the New York Giants closing this game out.
After Anton Smith had that 74-yard touchdown reception, hopefully the Giants were needing of oxygen, but they came back with authority. Flag on the play. Ryan throwing it deep, tipped, incomplete with 3 seconds to go, and there's a penalty too.
Holding offense number 60, 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down. We need a ball.
I believe Ed Hockley needs a ball. there is one more play. First time the Giants are over 500 since 2012. Everybody's writing them off, John.
Yeah, and to me, it's the way they're doing it that tells me it's got some staying power. They're running the football well. They seem to be protecting the football well. Pierre Paul's starting to look like that guy in 2011 that had 16.5 sacks. A lot of good signs for this New York Giants football team.
They hand it off to Freeman. And Devontae Freeman's going to pad his stats, but that'll end the game. And the Giants have won their third straight, 30-20 over the Falcons here at MetLife Stadium. Big second half for the Giants. They get the win. Atlanta drops to 2-3. We're coming back in just a moment.